Alright, so let's learn the fact that JavaScript is changing. Like, what does that even mean, right? It says because JavaScript is built according to the ECMA or ECMAScript standard, it's constantly changing. So I open the ecmainternational.org website here. This is an example of the 2021 latest updates. So what it means that every year this organization or consortium is updating the standards. So you can see it's from 2011, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 2021. There are updates, right? So as the language evolves, you can do more advanced stuff, more efficient coding, and it's just getting better and better. So the browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari is also constantly adopting the new standards that are being revised every year. So that's basically what it means by JavaScript is changing. It's constantly changing and evolving, right? So updates can include more modern language features as JavaScript matures. So what does all this mean for us as we develop? So we just have to have this mindset that if we are wanting to use the latest features or APIs or functions, we just have to make sure it will work in all browsers, right? But Salesforce will help us for sure. It's what's called a polyfill. So what is a polyfill? So if the newest feature, for example, the latest 2021 standard has something, let's see, I'm just gonna go whatever here. I'm just gonna click something. So memory model, how the whole thing works, right? It implements something, but a particular browser hasn't support the new features yet. What Salesforce will do, or the Lightning Component Framework will do for us, is that they will adopt a polyfill and make sure that our code will always work on any browsers that's up to date. All right. So basically, what they're doing is it's adding codes in the Lightning Component Framework to make sure, right? To make sure that the code or the latest feature that we want to use will work across all the browsers. So let me give a quick example of how Polyfill works. I just want to show you the fundamentals so you understand this terminology. So I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. This is a simple HTML file, just index.html, and it's loading a script from app.js, right? So this is our app.js, and we are using this function called log. Well, there is no such function. We have console.log, right? JavaScript has console.log, right? But there is no log. So what happens if I try to use this and run it? You will see an error here. Uncaught reference error, because log is not defined. The browser, Chrome or Firefox or Safari or Microsoft Edge, didn't know what is log. There is no such thing. But if we use the standard one, for example, console.log, and save it, so you can see the log goes, this function is not supported in this browser, right? So now if I go back to my code and change this back to just log, all right, and save that and refresh that, it now has an error again, uncaught reference error. So basically we are trying to use a function that is not supported. Say this function is the newest function, okay? But then for some reason Chrome has not adopted yet. So Lightning Web Component Framework, our LWC, Lightning Component Framework, will apply a polyfill, something like this. So I'm gonna do a quick example. I'm just gonna make a new one, new file. Let's say polyfill.js, and then we're gonna include the same script here. Polyfill.js. So on this polyfill.js, we are going to write a function or a patch or a function so that when we call that log function, it will work. It will not break or produce an error. Okay, so let's do that. If I'm gonna make there is no window.log function, there is no such thing. Let's do something about it. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's do console.log. I'm going to say LWC patching this cool feature. Okay, and then we're going to say we're going to create a function window.log, right, is message console. Basically we're just redirecting it to console.log message, and boom, I'm going to save that. So what is going on here, right? So on the actual code, we found out that we don't have to do this. This is what is done by Lightning LWC. Okay, Lightning Component Framework. So this will happen under the hood, so to speak. So this is how it works. I just want to show you how it works. So when we use the function log on here, we don't have to think, oh, will this be supported in browser across the world? Will it be supported in Chrome or Safari? Which version? Well, you don't have to worry about that, right? Because Lightning Component Framework is going to do the job for us. But I want to explain this so that you understand. What Lightning Component Framework will do is apply this function if they know that this browser hasn't supported the log function. They will apply this patch. All right, they will do this under the hood, so we don't have to do this. All right, so this is what's done by the Lightning Component Framework. So once this patch is applied, it's going to work just like the console.log function for this particular example. So let's run this guy. I'm going to go back to my index.html and refresh, and boom, see, LWC patching this cool new feature. This function is not supported in this browser. Well, let's change that. I'm going to say now that on our actual app.js, this new function now works thanks to something like that. So I'm going to refresh this guy. See, this new function now works thanks to LWC. So we do need to know that JavaScript is constantly changing, but then we don't have to worry too much about it, because in fact the Lightning Component Framework uses a curated list of polyfills that are already applied. Let's highlight this with what color you want? Purple. Applied before other code is run automatically improve browsers compatibility. All right, so I hope you get the fundamental solid and strong Therefore, when you code, you know actually what's going on behind the scenes. You're not coding blindly and just hoping things to work. Bada bing, bada boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.